Hello and welcome back to my channel. Finally here, Gen 8. If you didn't get to the end of my last video, this is gonna be the last shiny tier list I'm gonna do for now, because it takes a lot of time editing these videos, and I'm honestly kind of tired of it, and I want to take a break. So the Gen 9 shiny tier list is going to come out after the second DLC for Scarlet and Violet comes out, so I can have every Pokemon available. But anyway, we should get started. Starting off with Grookey, Thwackey, and Rillaboom. Grookey is gonna go into Why Even Bother. Thwackey and Rillaboom, I will put them in the box of indifference. Now Gigantamax Rillaboom, I will put Gigantamax Rillaboom also in the box of indifference. Scorbunny, Raboot, and Cinderace. Scorbunny is gonna go into yellow. I'll actually put Raboot and Cinderace and Gigantamax Cinderace. I'll put them all in the box of indifference. Sobble, I think it's Drizzile and Inteleon. I'll put Sobble in P. The only real difference is the pink head thing. Sobble and Inteleon, I will put them in the box of indifference. They do also have pink, but at least the rest of the body is noticeably different to the original colors. I'm gonna go ahead and put Gigantamax Inteleon there too. Squovit and Greedent, I'm gonna put them in the P tier. It's mostly pink. It's like there's like a pink-ish tinge to the darker parts of the body. Actually, you know what? Rookity, Corvisquire, and Corviknight, I'm gonna put them all in S tier. They look great. All three of them look great. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put Gigantamax Corvisquire up there too. I really like it. Corvisquire is one of my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon. Did I say Corvisquire? And Corviknight is one of my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon. I'm not sure. Whatever. Blipbug is going to Why Even Bother. Dottler is going to... I'll put it in fuck no. This is going to be the first fuck no. Orbeetle, though, I'm going to put in acceptable. I'm also going to put the Gigantamax Orbeetle there. That blue looks pretty nice. Nickit and Thievul, honestly, acceptable tier 2. They look really good in gray. Gossifleur and Eldegoss are both going into the P tier. Wooloo and Dubwool, I'm going to put them also in acceptable. This generation has a lot of good shinies. I think it's pronounced Choodle. Choodle goes into the green tier. But Dreadnought, I think this might be a first. And it's not going to be the last in this video. Dreadnought goes into the S tier. Dark green looks so good. So good. I'm going to go ahead and put Gigantamax Dreadnought up there too. Yamper and Bolthound? Like Hound? I don't know. Yamper is going to P tier. Bolthound is going into the box of indifference. Roly-Poly, Carkol, and Colossal, all of them going to the fuck no tier. That blue isn't doing it for me. If it was like a darker blue, maybe a little bit higher, but light blue, no. I'm gonna go ahead and put Gigantamax Carkol there too. And here we go. Like I said with Dreadnought, Applin, Flapple, and Appleton, S tier, all of them. I think this is the first time I've put green shinies in S tier. But it's green apples. What would be the shiny of an apple? A green apple. S tier. I'm also going to put the Gigantamax in S tier, which Gigantamax Flapple and Gigantamax Appleton look exactly the same, so this one's going to count for both. Silly Cobra, I'm going to put it in a box of indifference. It's like grayish, I guess, but I'm going to put Sandaconda in acceptable. It's more noticeable that it's a shiny with Sandaconda. I'm going to go ahead and put Gigantamax Sandaconda there too. Cramorant. I'll put Cramorant in the box of indifference. Like orange is okay, it doesn't look terrible. Fun fact, unlike Mantine, when you catch a shiny Mantine, it has a shiny Remoraid swimming next to it. Cramorant has two different forms where it's like swallowing an Arrokuda and a Pikachu, depending on some stuff in battle. Shiny Cramorant does not hold a shiny Arrokuda or a shiny Pikachu on its mouth when it goes into those forms. They're regular colors. Speaking of Arrokuda is going... I'm going to put it in fuck no. The brown looks better in Arrokuda, but For Barraskewda, it actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna put in an acceptable. Toxel is going into the P tier. But Toxtricity, which is it's Toxtricity. For the longest time I was calling it Toxicity. like the song, but it's Toxtricity. I'm gonna put the Amped form in A tier. I'm actually gonna put the Loki in acceptable too, and the Gigantamax form for both of them is the same, and it looks awesome, and it's also going to acceptable. Sizzlipede and Centiskorch are going to fuck no. I don't like that blue on the back. It looks so good when it's red. It makes more sense because it's centipedes. I don't know if there are like blue centipedes, but yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the Actually, the Gigantamax I'm gonna put in Why Even Bother, because the only real change is the legs changed to blue instead of I guess red is the original color, whatever it is, and it's barely noticeable, so it's going to Why Even Bother. Clobbopus goes into fuck no. It looks worse than the original, but Graplocked is going to acceptable. That red looks nice. Sinistea and Poltegeist, these are also really great shinies. I'm gonna put them also in A tier. Again, they could go to P because they just changed to pink, but it looks really good, so A tier. Hatina, Hatrim, and Hatterene, I'm gonna put them all in the box of indifference. I really like the original colors better, like the blue and pink. This one is just white and pink. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Gigantamax Hatterene there too. Impidimp and Morgrem, I'm gonna put them in fuck no. That blue is really ugly. But Grimmsnarl, A tier. And Gigantamax Grimmsnarl also in A tier. Obstagoon, like Galarian Linoon and Galarian Zigzagoon, it's gonna go into S tier. It looks so good. It looks so cool. Berserker goes into the yellow tier. Cursula, different to Corsola. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Surfetched goes into yellow tier. Mr. Rhyme, I absolutely hate it. It's going to Why Even Bother. Runerigus, I will put it into acceptable. It looks really good. I think the main change is the markings are pink and the eye is a different color. But it looks so good. I really like Runerigus. Milcery, I'm going to put in acceptable. Alchemy, I'm going to put it in fuck no. I don't like it in black or gray or whatever that is. But Gigantamax Alchemy looks really sick, so I'm going to put it in acceptable. Phalanx, also in acceptable. It looks really nice. Pincursion though, I'm gonna put it in the box of indifference. I don't really like Pincursion to begin with, and it's not really that different. Snom and Snom and Frostmoth are both going into green tier. It's a very subtle green, but it's still green. I think this is pronounced Stonejourner. I'm gonna put Stonejourner in box of indifference. They changed the black and the gray is reversed, and that's pretty much the only difference. Ice-Q is going to the P tier, both forms. It's just pink. Indeedee, I don't know why I put both male and female form here. They look the same, and I'm gonna put them in box of indifference because whatever. Morpeko, one of my favorite Pika clones. Pika clones, can I call them that, or is that what they're called? Both Morpeko forms go into the. I'll put it in acceptable. Actually, they look pretty good. They're not that different from the original colors, but they still look pretty good. Cuffent, whatever it's pronounced, it goes into yellow. Copperaja goes into the green tier, and Gigantamax Copperaja also goes into the green. Here we go. The fossils are so weird. Dracozolt, I'll put it in S tier. The black body looks really good, black and white. Arctozolt, though, I'll put it in the box of indifference. It's not terrible. Dracovish, though, also in S tier. Again, it has the same body as Dracozolt, so. And Arctovish also goes into the box of indifference. Boy. Duraludon, which has a new evolution coming in the next DLC. I'm gonna put it in the box of indifference. And I'm also gonna put the Gigantamax in the box of indifference. Dreepy, Dracloak, and Dragapult. Okay, Dreepy and Dracloak, I'm gonna put in the box of indifference. But Dragapult, I'm gonna put in S tier. The yellow wings, I guess, look really good. Sacian, I'm gonna put base form Sacian in acceptable, and the crown form in S tier. Samacenta, though, sorry to say, Samacenta goes into the P tier. I don't like it in pink, but the crowned shield form, S tier as well. Like the gold like adds to it. I don't know. It's the same deal with the Seishin. Eternatus, Box of Indifference. It's red. It looks nice. Actually, I'm gonna put it in acceptable. It looks nice. The Gigantamax though, I'm gonna put the Gigantamax in the Box of Indifference. You can't use it in game, so who really cares? Hubfu and Urshifu, all forms of Urshifu, including the Gigantamax forms, all of them are going to the Why Even Bother. The only real difference, the mouth part is like darker, I don't know what you call that, like orange. And then that same color is given to Urshifu's hands, feet, like the claws or fingers. Claws. I think it's claws. And the mouth, and the same thing with the Gigantamax forms. Otherwise, they're the exact same color, so why even bother? Zarude, I'll put in the Box of Indifference. Regieleki, I'm gonna put Regieleki in why even bother. The main difference is like these rings it has in the bottom part and like the arms, I guess that's, you can call those arms. It's like blue usually, but now it's white, really. Actually, it is quite noticeable. I'm gonna put it in the Box of Indifference. Regidrago though, fuck no tier. Black to blue is usually a downgrade. Glastrier, I'm gonna put in why even bother. I can't really tell the difference. Spectrier goes into the P tier. Calyrex goes into the yellow tier. I guess some fun facts when I was looking at, to make this list. Calyrex, which you can make it mount, you can make it mount one of the two horses. When it's shiny, when you mix the shiny Calyrex with the horses don't change. Calyrex is shiny while the horses stay the same. But I'm wondering if you combine the shiny horses and shiny Calyrex, will they both be shiny when they're combined? Or if the horse is shiny and Calyrex is not, is it gonna work the other way around? I don't know. The only pictures I found only had the shiny Calyrex mounted on a regular horse. There's homework for you, I guess. And now we get to Legends Arceus, which is Gen 8. Weirdier is green. Cleavor, breaking the tradition of the Scyther line. S tier. It looks great in green. Base Ursaluna, I'm gonna put it in the Box of Indifference. Actually, I'm gonna put it in A tier. That like reddish brown looks really good. But Blood Moon Ursaluna is gonna go into fuck no tier. Basculegion, both the male and female, which are very different. Even in stats, they're different. They're quite different. Male Basculegion goes into acceptable. The female one, though, goes into yellow tier. Sneasler, because that's its name. It's Sneasler. Stupid name, S tier shiny. Overquill, fuck no tier. And the one everybody asks for, because, the forces of nature, everybody loves those Pokemon, right? The fourth force of nature, Enamorous. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I mean, wind, thunder, and sand makes sense. Love, not so much, but sure. Enamorous. Oh boy, Enamorous goes into the why even bother. I literally can't tell the difference. Oh boy. Again, I can fit it into the screen, thank God. This is the definitive Gen 8 shiny ranking tier list. Whatever. There were a couple of... I think this is the generation with the most S tiers. I'm pretty sure. This generation had a pretty great shinies overall. Better than other generations at the very least. And that only leaves Gen 9. Like I said at the beginning of this video and at the end of the previous video. I'm going to take a break from these tier lists for a little bit because frankly, I'm tired. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm tired of editing these videos, so this is gonna be my last one for a while. When the final DLC for Scarlet and Violet comes out, whenever that is, I'm going to do the Gen 9 tier list just to get everything Gen 9, all the new evolutions, all the legendaries, whatever other new Pokemon they add, even if and if they add new regional forms, I'm gonna have to put it in the Gen 9 video because the others already came out, so I'm not gonna go back and do it again. So yeah, subscribe for the next video, the Gen 9 video, for whenever it comes out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.